I'm currently going off of very little sleep trying to do this, but regardless, I wanted to get a video out and I wanted to generally update on everything going on. So, yeah, this is me at 4 a.m., having not been able to sleep yet, deciding that I'm going to get some practice in essentially trying to speed run the game, even though it's not really a speed run at this point. Um, I just wanted to get some practice in preparation for upcoming series, and it didn't work as well as I thought it would, but I did make a lot of progress for the first 30 minutes of this, which is entirely what this video is. But I didn't really want to talk about what's going on in the video a ton, as much as I wanted to talk about generally what I have coming up and why I haven't been pushing the content that I said I would be. So, the easiest way to start this is kind of giving a summary on the recent week without going into too much detail. I have my insomnia has gotten significantly worse in the last few days. As you can tell, I've recorded this footage at like 4 a.m., I said. This voiceover is being done at 8 a.m. I got an hour's sleep at like 5 a.m., but I have not been able to sleep since, and I have coffee next to me in order to try to stay awake. But sleep has just not been happening recently, and because sleep hasn't been happening, content hasn't been getting pushed as much as I wanted it to. A big thing is I want all the content I put out to be, I want it to be well done, I want it to be well put together. So I'm trying to not force myself to put out a lot of content when I'm sleep deprived and just generally exhausted from, life and stuff happening. But I do want to say I have a lot of stuff planned. I have, I think I have 3 series planned out that I was planning on putting one of them out this week, but that didn't happen. This happened instead. But I have 2 independent series and 1 or 2 series with other people planned out. So I don't want to give too much detail on those yet. I don't want to spoil anything too soon, especially since I haven't gotten them set up yet and I haven't gotten a recording schedule made for them. So instead, I decided the easiest way to prep for them would be putting out this type of content where I just kind of practice speedrunning, practice going through the game, and just kind of generally updating on what's going on. So, like I said, I had not gotten any sleep when I did this. This is like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And I don't know why I decided to do this without any sleep and without any preparation. If I'm being honest, I haven't actually beaten the game on my own at all. The first time I actually got to the end was a couple years ago. I was playing on a server with someone else, and we got to the end, and he was the one who primarily fought the dragon and beat the dragon. But when I played Minecraft since I started in 6th grade, and I mostly did creative mode, that doesn't mean I'm good at building at all. I just like to do a bunch of random things that I would normally do in survival mode, but I would do them in creative mode instead. I think the general reason for that was just me being afraid of dying and losing my progress in games, because I'm gonna be honest, I get really frustrated when I lose my progress in games and when I die and stuff, which is why I'm not a huge fan of hardcore mode either, because I don't like the fact that I can die and then just lose all of my progress and never be able to go back to it. I'm not a huge fan of that, and while I've definitely gotten better with it, as you can tell, doing speedrun practice in survival mode. I hated it, and even like last year when I started streaming, I hated survival mode. Actually, I think the first time I did like any actual survival mode gameplay was around when I started streaming. Like independent survival mode stuff. Like I said, I played on the server with someone else when I started in survival mode, and even then, I didn't go into the nether, and I didn't even go mining for the longest time because I was so stressed out about dying and losing my stuff. It didn't seem worth it at the time, you know? Which is probably why I'm not very good at PvP, is because I haven't had the years of practice in survival mode to begin with. Which, you don't need to be good at everything to enjoy the game. Obviously, I'm not doing horrible for the fact that I am fairly new to survival in general. But I haven't beaten the Ender Dragon independently yet. The server that I was on was the first time I even went to the end in general, because I could never figure out how to do it in creative mode. So this series is going to be the first time that I actually beat the dragon, and I might not even go and beat the dragon for this series because I want me beating it to actually be not necessarily important, but like I want it to matter more than just me being sleep deprived and recording a series. Like, this one was fun. As you can tell, I didn't entirely know what I was doing. I didn't use resources for how to make a portal out of lava, so enjoy the next couple of minutes of me absolutely failing at doing it, but still somehow doing it. Like, survival gameplay has never really been my forte. In survival mode anyways, so you can tell with some of my God Hunter stuff, I'm really good at resource gathering and hyper fixating on getting like one specific type of thing rather than like sitting through a speed run and trying to beat the game as quickly as possible. I prefer, like, normally I wouldn't make a portal like this. I would go and find diamonds, as many as possible, and then make a pickaxe and then make the portal. But I'd also want diamond armor, and I'd also want other diamond tools before I go into the nether. Versus this time, I had entirely iron, which was... it's actually really out of my comfort zone to do, but I really wanted to give it a shot. And you'll get to see in the next episode of this how that actually went. I've already recorded going into the nether. Ignore the flooding of all of the lava. It turned out fine, don't worry. But going into the nether in just iron is something that I would not normally do. So I guess just getting to try new stuff for the series is a lot of fun, but I still want the actual, completing the game. I want it to be something else besides I'm gonna do it at 4 a.m. when I'm absolutely exhausted. So I might, I don't know. I don't know why I'm rambling so much about that one thing. But I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm working on a lot of things. Behind the scenes, I have a couple of projects coming up this month, a couple of streams that I want to try to do this month. But, things happen, life happens, and you never know what's gonna come at you. So just be prepared for changing schedules. If you want a more definitive way to tell what I'm gonna do, you can check out my Twitter. Woo, self-promo! But I post updates for everything on my Twitter account. I'll link that in the description along with other stuff you should go and follow. I'm not gonna make the screen all fancy this time. Like I said, I've gotten 1 hour of sleep this last night, and it's fancy stuff is not happening with this video. This is purely just getting content out and generally explaining stuff that's been going on. But yeah, honestly, this series is a lot of fun to do, and I want to try to do more of it. And when it comes to how I'm doing mentally and physically, I'm gonna do my best to be more open and honest about it when it comes to putting out content. Because I understand that I'm not gonna go and tell you guys everything that's going on, and I hope you guys understand that too. But I think having some level of transparency is gonna be important when having as sporadic of a upload schedule that I have. This bit of the video was fun to do, though. I completely forgot to get flint earlier on, and was hoping this cave had it. And then luck just happened to be on my side, and on the second block of gravel that I broke, I got a flint. Which, luck was really on my side for this entire thing. Like, finding the pillager outpost right away, and, you know, just having found the lava pool. This was not planned at all, and you can probably tell that it wasn't planned based on some of my very sporadic actions of, oh no, the crafting table's on fire, oh no, I flooded the portal, just things generally going wrong. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I had a lot of fun recording the next episode. So, definitely be sure to check that out next week. The quality is probably going to be just as good as this one, but I'm going to have an actual script of what I'm going to talk about during that one. That being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you guys next week. Bye-bye.